Good day, Pierce College students. Welcome to online edition of Microeconomics, Eco 102 N24 syllabus and explanation of course expectations. My name is Chick Kelly, as you can see on this slide here, CHICKELLY. Most important information on the syllabus is the information on the right. My cell phone number, 610-405-8388. At any time during this course, if you need my assistance with anything related to our study of microeconomics, please do not hesitate to reach out to me via text message, day, night, anytime. The ringer is always off on my phone, but I will be able to access your correspondence and respond to you quickly if you send me a text message, and I'm more than happy to help you with your study of microeconomics. Ultimately, this is your time, your education, and your money, so please take full advantage of my offer to communicate about anything related to the class via text message. We can set up a phone call or Zoom meeting to explain any assignments or review content. Whatever help you need, I'm more than happy to be there to provide it. So this is Microeconomics 102 nt4. Alright, so it says here there are no formal prerequisites for this class, but students are expected to be able to perform basic mathematical operations and have an understanding of fractions, decimals, and percentage. Microeconomics does have some math involved in the class, so some math skills are required. However, I don't want to frighten any students. It is truly basic of all basic math. Okay, we will be using the 22nd edition of the McConnell-Brew Economics series. So if you see there, it says required text, the McConnell-Brew Economics series. The textbook license comes with an additional license for Connect. Because this is a virtual learning environment, students will be required to complete online educational supplemental economic tool through the textbook publisher called Connect. It's an excellent educational tool as it reinforces all of the principles and concepts of microeconomics in an organized fashion and challenges students to demonstrate an understanding of the most important principles and concepts covered each week. So, economics is a social science concerned with the most efficient use of society's scarce resources to satisfy as many human wants as possible. It's all about doing the most with the least. Economics is sometimes referred to as the science of scarcity, and the field of economics is broadly divided into microeconomics and macroeconomics. This, of course, is microeconomics, so in this particular class we will be investigating the individual decision makers within the framework of the larger economy. Popular topics of microeconomics include markets, market structures, competition, the role of government maintaining competition, and how businesses maximize profit in the short and long run against the backdrop of both domestic and foreign competition. Macroeconomics is an examination of the big picture, GDP, unemployment, inflation, business cycle, fiscal and monetary policy. Students who successfully complete this class will take macroeconomics. Students must understand clearly how their grade will be determined for each course they take at Pierce College. Of course, this microeconomics class is no exception. So how will your final grade be determined? There are three components to your final grade determinant, and they are the Connect assignments, weekly discussion boards, and weekly quizzes. The great thing about this class is that if you're trying to budget time, and that's an important academic feature for any student who is successful because of the 7-week nature of these condensed classes, is that there are the same three types of assignments every week. So every week, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, 5, 6, 7, you'll have Connect assignments, you'll have a discussion board to participate in, and you'll have a weekly quiz. There are no additional projects or tests what you see is what you get here. 7 weeks of Connect assignments, 7 discussion board questions to participate in and interact with your fellow classmates, and 7 quizzes. Connect assignments are 40% of your total grade. Discussion board questions, 30% of your total grade. Quizzes, 30% of your total grade. For the discussion board and the quizzes, extremely important information here. Students are going to be asked to read articles related to the principles and concepts covered in the class. So students are going to be asked to read articles from the Wall Street Journal or the Economist or the New York Times. I will make the articles available to students through PDF files. I will send them through Canvas messaging. It will save you time looking them up. There will also be a few discussion board or quizzes where instead of reading an article about current economic information and events related to our study of microeconomics, there will be a video by CNBC or the Wall Street Journal or the Economist. This way we can incorporate real-world domestic and international events and scenarios into our learning process. Students will receive detailed instructions on discussion board and quizzes, but for now, 3 things that are important. If you want to receive a good grade on your discussion board contributions and or your quizzes, keep these 3 things in mind. Number 1, always write in third person. All academic writing is in third person. So never use I, never use you. This is always going to be third person. So for instance, in the week 1 discussion, if it asks you to analyze an article, let's just assume for debate's sake, it says you read an article about what's going on with the Biden $1.9 trillion fiscal stimulus package just signed into law, even though that's more of a macroeconomic topic. Proper discussion board contributions and quiz answers would have the following statement. The Biden administration fiscal stimulus package should alleviate the financial sufferings and economic hardships suffered by many Americans. The purpose of this stimulus package is to provide disposable income to hardworking Americans who have been displaced from their place of employment because of the COVID pandemic economic downturn. That is third person. Do not construct an idea such as, I think the Biden stimulus package is a good plan because it will help. Remember, third person. The other 2 ideas about discussion board questions and quizzes. Number 1, include as many economic principles and concepts into answers as possible. The purpose of the quizzes and the purpose of the discussion boards is to demonstrate application of economic knowledge to actual real-world events. Therefore, you need to incorporate the principles and concepts covered in the course into your answers and contributions. Third, detailed, logical, economically sound thinking. In other words, don't just offer an idea or a thought or a sentence. Develop ideas, develop your contributions and your answers with several points using economic logic and sound economic thinking. It's not enough to simply mention something. You have to explain why that is the case. What are student responsibilities for the first week of the class? Class begins on Monday, the 15th of March. Therefore, all academic assignments must be completed by 11:59 p.m. Monday, the 22nd of March. Students must first acquire the economic knowledge to participate in the academic responsibilities for week 1. Students have 4 learning tools. First, they have the textbook. Students should read chapters 1 and 2. In addition to the textbook, students will receive via a message through Canvas lecture notes with practice questions and answers. Students next could participate in the weekly Zoom session, which takes place Thursdays from 7 until 8:30 p.m. And then additionally, students have access to instructional videos that I have created, which are made available through YouTube. I'll provide you with those links. Again, you'll receive one document with all this information. As stated previously, 40% of your total grade will be the Connect assignments. Students must acquire their Connect license from McGraw-Hill and complete the Week 1 Connect assignments associated with Chapters 1 and Chapters 2. Participate in the Week 1 discussion board. This week's discussion board question revolves around college and the value of a college education. Students will be asked to read 2 articles and use the contents of the articles to construct their arguments about this important question, the value of a college education. Please take the time to read the discussion board question instructions. I went over this prior slide, but read over the instructions for discussion board contributions. Again, you will receive a message through Canvas with one document. It contains all of the lecture notes, the articles you need to read, the instructions. It's all contained in one document for your ease of access. Finally, there's a quiz, this week 1 quiz. The week 1 quiz asks students to read an article from the Wall Street Journal by Greg Ip and to explain how the contents of the article relate to the economics perspective and the economic concepts and principles covered in the course. Again, there are detailed instructions made available to students about the quiz instructions, and the quiz questions on the document sent through Canvas messaging. Last but not least, who is your professor? Who am I? My name is Chick Kelly. I said that earlier, but a little bit about my background and how I ended up in education and as a professor of economics and other subjects at Pierce College. I grew up in the area, Norristown Area High School, played hockey my entire life from the time I was about 5, played for a few teams throughout grade school ages, and when I was about to enter high school, my parents thought it would be a good idea if I attended a local high school which had a hockey team so that I could participate in my life's passion throughout my high school years. Malvern Prep was kind enough to offer me and my parents some serious financial aid to attend such a great school, so I attended Malvern Prep. I played hockey at Malvern for 4 years. In addition to playing for their squad, I continued to play for a few club teams throughout high school. I graduated from Malvern Prep in June of 1988, and I had plans to attend Fairfield University in Connecticut. At the last moment, I received an academic scholarship to Merrimack College in Andover, Massachusetts. So I went away to Andover, Massachusetts in late August of 1988, where I planned to attain my undergraduate degree, but I also had hopes and aspirations of playing collegiate ice hockey. I didn't think I'd be able to play for Merrimack because they were Division I, but lo and behold, with a great deal of work and a little bit of luck, I made the squad. I probably would have not played much, but at least I was on the team. Unfortunately, 11 weeks into my freshman year, 3 weeks into the season, I was tripped at practice while participating in a routine shooting drill. I went headfirst into the boards and broke my neck and sustained a life-altering spinal cord injury. I was in the hospital for 8 months between Thomas Jefferson University Hospital in Philadelphia, IA, and another 4 months at McGee Rehab, 16th and Race in Philly. After I returned home from the hospital, I matriculated to St. Joseph's University in Philly, where I studied economics. So I started back at school pretty much after I got out of the hospital. I got out in late June of '89, transferred to St. Joe's in September of '89. Finished my undergraduate degree in economics and philosophy, began teaching at my alma mater, Malvern Prep. At the same time, I went to school at night. Got my MBA in finance from Villanova University. When I finished my MBA, I began teaching as an adjunct professor at St. Joe's University, and through a series of friends, got connected with Pierce College to teach courses for Pierce. At Pierce, I've taught accounting, finance, economics, and business ethics. I sort of stumbled into this world of academia and education, but it's been a blessing in my life. Truly love the interaction of getting to meet really nice people and students. And like I said earlier about my phone number, 610-405-8388. If you need assistance with anything related to this class, please don't hesitate to reach out. Happy to help in any way possible. Good luck with your study of microeconomics.